What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. So listen, it's Thanksgiving week right now while I'm filming this. I don't have a ton of ideas for a new video for this week, and I don't have a ton of time because I have family coming to town or helping cook for Thanksgiving. There's a lot going on. I'm gonna be a little strapped for editing hours. So in light of all of that, and in light of the fact that I'm still not over the Melt Amor Eterno collection and I want to keep doing more looks with it, today I'm going to do 2 looks instead of 3, and I'm going to do those looks combining the Vida and Muerte palettes. The reason I decided to do this was I saw another look from one of the co-owners of Melt, Laura Arellano. She did a look combining some of the colors very similar to what I've combined here on my lids, and I thought it looked amazing, and I was like, oh, that's a really great idea to do some looks combining the 2 of them, because I know a lot of you, like myself, wound up buying both palettes anyway. If you haven't purchased both palettes, you could totally dupe out the shades from something else. If you haven't purchased either palette, you could still probably dupe out the shades for something else. Really, that goes for every video I make ever. Like, unless it's something incredibly unique that I've never seen anything like before, you could always try to do the looks with things you already have. But for those reasons, I thought this would be a fun video. I thought that maybe a lot of you would want to see this, and I thought that if you don't have these palettes, at least you still get some looks. And I get to put something up for the beginning of the week before Thanksgiving. Don't forget to leave a like on this video if you like it, if you like me, if you like videos, if you like makeup, if you like M&Ms, I don't know, whatever enthusiasm you have in you, flow that into the like button for me because it's really helpful. And also, if you're new around here, subscribe. Subscribe for more videos just like this, reviews, book videos, all sorts of fun shit happens here on this channel, and I would hate for you to miss it, and I would love to have you around. I just want to let you know that these are not the first times I'm using these if you have just stumbled upon this video. So if you want to see my reviews of these palettes individually, you could check out my review of the Muerte palette right here with 3 looks. Or you could check out my video on the Vida palette right here. It's also a review with 3 looks. Just so you know, I felt very differently about each of these palettes, so it wasn't like they were both exactly the same. I would also say that I would like for you to ignore my watery eye as much as possible today because, oh my god, Barbara is back, and she's back with a vengeance. I hate her. I hate Barbara. I don't use the word hate often, but I feel it's appropriate here. With that small tribulation aside, let's get into look number 1, combining the Melt, Vida, and Muerte palettes. Alright, for this first mashup look between these 2 palettes, I'm going to start with the shade Lagrimas, taking my beige number 6, and I'm going to start putting that in the crease area and then blending it out. You know what, you guys are a little bit far away. Let's come together a little. Is that better? Is that too close? Yeah, this is uncomfortable. There we go. That's appropriate. Grab a clean blending brush and just go over the edge of that. The top edge anyway. On my Sigma E36 brush, I'm going to go into the shade Noche Eterna, and I'm going to start deepening the crease with that. I said this last time we used these shades and did a similar sort of a shape. You don't really need to worry too much about how ugly the bottom area here looks because we're going to clean it up anyway, so just kind of like let it go, let it be, and it'll all come together in the end. That could sound really profound if I wasn't talking about eyeshadow. I'm just gonna take some more of that on the same brush and just pack it on the outer corner of the lid. Next, I'm gonna take a pencil brush. I'm gonna go back into that same shade. I'm gonna pop it on the inner corner. Now that we have this dark, deep base down, I'm gonna make a nice bright spot in the center. This has kind of been one of my favorite ways to play with color lately, is to pair them in a little bit of an unexpected way. That's why I liked Laura Arellano's look so much when I saw it. I was like, ooh, I wanna play with those shades because right up my street right now. To give those shades their moment in the spotlight. Get it? Spotlight, that was terrible. I'm gonna grab the lighter version of my concealer on my NABLA Cut Crease Maker brush, and I'm gonna put a little spotlight cut in the center for a beautiful little stage for us to prop these bright colors up on. Just gonna tap the edge of that out with a clean brush, soften the edge. Now my MAC 242 brush, I'm going to go into the shade Amor Eterno, and I'm going to put that right in the very center of where we put down the concealer. Next, I'm gonna go into Papel Picado, and I'm gonna pick that up on the same brush and just put it in the remaining areas where we put the concealer down around that yellow. I pick up the same pencil brush that I used to pack that dark blue on the outer corners. I'm just gonna tap that over the edge of the green just to start blending those together. I concealed and powdered under my lower lash line, and I'm gonna start working on that lower area. Basically, I'm gonna blend it out the way we did the blues on the top, and then I'm gonna add a different pop of color on the inner corner. So for now, I'm gonna start by going into Lagrimas on my BH number 7, and I'm gonna run that underneath and swing it up to meet the top and blend the edge of that with a clean brush. For the waterline, I'm gonna pick up the Urban Decay pencil in the color Mainline because I think it'll go really well with these colors. I'm gonna run that through waterline. I'm gonna grab a little push liner brush. I'm gonna go into Noche Eterna. I'm gonna push that under the lower lashes, bring it out to meet the shape on the top. I'm gonna take the same BH number 7 that I used to put down that lighter shade and just blend those two together. I'm gonna take a pencil brush and go into the shade Angelito, and I'm gonna use that shade to highlight the inner corner. I'm dragging that underneath the lower lash line more than I am bringing it up onto the top because I don't necessarily want to interrupt this little matte pop of color moment that we've got going on here. So to expand that shade a little bit more, I'm gonna bring it down underneath so that way this has its own moment and this has its own moment. So the good news is that this color combo is exactly what I wanted it to be, and I'm very pleased with that. The bad news is that Barbara's back. And for those of you who are new around here, Barbara is the name that we give to my right eye when she acts like a little bitch and waters and ruins everything. These shadows are actually reacting pretty well and handling the wateriness fairly well, probably in part because they're so dark to begin with, so it's like it has to like lift all the way off for it to look bad. One of you actually left a very informative, very thoughtful comment about combining antihistamines with eye drops to help get rid of Barbara, and I did give it a try and I think it was working, but I don't take the antihistamines consistently because I don't like taking them because they make me feel funny. But today she got me. I want to do a nude lip with maybe like a satin finish. Matte but satin. So I'm gonna grab the Haus Laboratories pencil in the color Myth and line my lips with that. I'm gonna use the NABLA matte lipstick. This is one of their bounce mattes, I believe, in the color Lust. And this is the first look combining these two palettes. Okay, so usually when I film these multi-look videos, what I like to do is wear the same shirt and hairstyle so that way it seems continuous even if I'm filming the next morning. But today I didn't feel like doing that. It's raining out and I wanted to wear a hat, and the shirt that I was wearing yesterday had sweaty armpits and I don't want to wear it anymore. So we did a little costume change today. It is what it is. For the second mashup look with these two palettes, I really want to concentrate on the red shades because for one thing, I was really impressed with the red shades in both of these palettes. So these three here, as well as this more metallic orange red that's in this palette, and I want to combine them all for some flaming goodness. To start, I'm gonna go into the shade Corazon from the Muerte palette on my BH number 5 brush. And you may be shocked that I'm not starting with my BH number 6 brush. I'm gonna level with you, I can't find it right now. I'm gonna pack the color down first and I'll blend it out after. I'm actually gonna just take the end of that brush and what's left on it and just flick the shape out a little bit. I usually find that pointing the shape on the corners is a little bit more flattering for my eyes. If you find it more flattering for it to be round on yours, you could skip that part. One of you guys left a comment on my, I think it was my Muerte video yesterday, saying that you thought it would be cool if I would do a mashup video with these two palettes. And I had already started filming this and I was like, whoa, how did you know? Like I hinted at it on Instagram stories, but I didn't say it. On my Sigma E36 brush, I'm gonna go into the color Sangre and I'm gonna put that through the crease, deepen that up, flick that out to extend that shape on the corner and the outer corner of the eye as well. I'm gonna pick up a little bit of the deeper burgundy, purpley, eggplanty shade called Velourio. On that same brush, I'm just gonna put it right in those same areas, but like more concentrated to deepen it up and create like a dark blood red contour with that shit. For the remaining area on the lid, I'm gonna go into the Vita palette. I'm gonna go into the shade Allegria. On a NABLA soft dab and smudge brush, I'm gonna wet it this time. I just literally sprayed myself right in the mouth with Fix Plus instead of my brush. It doesn't taste that bad. I'm gonna take that color, I'm gonna put it right over this portion of the lid. Oh my God, that already looks so fiery and intense. And to blend that shade into the shades surrounding it, I'm gonna dip into a little bit of Mexicana on a BH number 7. I'm just gonna tickle that around the edges of that. I sat here for a few minutes after I put my concealer and powder down, really trying to decide whether I wanted to incorporate other colors with this look or keep it entirely red themed. And I think I'm gonna keep it entirely like fiery red, warm toned theme, because in all of the other looks that I've done with these two palettes so far, I've kind of combined them all, and I don't really think we did anything that was like super monochromatic like that. So that's the plan. we're going burgundies and oranges and just straight fire, if you will. On a MAC 221 brush, I'm gonna go into the shade Pan Dulce, and I'm going to start dragging that underneath the lower lashes. I thought it might just be fun to add a little bit more of an orangey tone to the bottom since we have that going on in the top with the shimmers. I'm gonna take a pencil brush and go into Corazon again. This one I think is my favorite red out of the two like true reds in these palettes. I'm gonna sweep that under the lower lashes just so it blends out into that orange we put down. I literally just poked myself directly into the eye with that brush. Oh God, if Barbara wasn't gonna come for us today, she is now. I'm gonna go back into Sangre again, this time on a Real Techniques detail brush. I'm just going to push that into the outer corner of the lower lash line just to deepen that up so it makes more sense with the shape we did on the top and gives it that sultry dark look. I feel like this look is like smoldery, but like in the most literal sense. And for the waterline, I'm gonna keep it right in the same wheelhouse with those colors as well. I'm gonna pick up Alkaline from Urban Decay, which is one of my favorite go-to waterline shades for sure. I'm just gonna run that right through the waterline. And on a pencil brush that I haven't used yet, I'm gonna go into the shade Calaca from the Muerte palette. I'm gonna pack that onto that pencil brush. I'm going to wet it, and I'm gonna use that to highlight the inner corner. Put a little bit more of that than I had intended to, but I'll just blend it again with the colors that we had already put around it. Okay, I put on a fresh pair of House of Lashes Stella Luxe lashes, and I hate to say it, but it needs a matte nude. This look needs a matte nude. It's the only answer. It's actually not the only answer. There are other answers, like you could pair this with a matte red and it would look fucking fire. Like more for a night out or something, and I have to actually wear this out and about right now. So if you want to make it like wow, sultry, ooh la la, then you could do like a matte red or matte burgundy, like something really deep, and it would look amazing. But for like a day-to-day, I think the only answer is a warm matte nude right now. And I'm gonna do one of my all-time favorite warm matte nude combinations, especially if it's something I'm gonna wear throughout the day. I'm gonna use my NABLA Body Language lip pencil, the little nub of it that I have left, my Fenty Stunna lip paint in the shade Unbutton, which doesn't want to focus right now. There it is. There's Unbutton. And this is the second look. So those are our two mashup looks with the Vita and Muerte palettes. I watched the footage back from the one I filmed yesterday with the yellow in the center, and watching it back on camera, I felt like the yellow and that bright green shade, so Amor Eterno and Papel Picado, I felt like in that look, they looked like they were a little bit uneven looking, and I didn't notice that the first time I used them in the first video, But I think what was going on was there was a little bit too much of the navy blue mixed into the concealer that I put behind it, and that was sort of showing through, being that those shades are so light. So I'm not entirely sure. It could be an issue with those shadows as well. But what I would recommend is if you try to recreate that look, maybe it would be a better idea to wipe away the blue and then re-prime your eyes for the area with the cut and then put the shades on top. You might get a cleaner result that way. Overall, my thoughts about these two palettes remain pretty much the same. I think Muerte is beautiful and damn near perfection, while Vita is pretty good and a lot of the shades are very nice, but there are some things in it that maybe aren't 100% ideal. You probably noticed that I did tend to lean toward using more colors from Muerte in these looks and just kind of use Vita as an accent. I'm not surprised that happened at all because I was already more drawn to the shades in this one anyway. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know if you've tried mixing these two palettes together. Also, let me know if you have like duped any of the looks from these palettes with other things. I feel like maybe the James Charles palette would be a good one to grab from if you were going to try to dupe these looks. But whatever you have to say about it, leave a comment down below and let me know. Please don't forget to leave a like on this video if you don't mind taking that quick little baby second to do it, because it's very helpful and I very much appreciate it. And also, if you're new, like I said earlier, please subscribe because I would love to have you around for more videos. And also, if you don't, I'm gonna feel like a caca duty turd, poop, a whole poop. I literally have no idea what I'm even talking about, but I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe and stick around for more videos. If you want to keep up with me between videos, sneak peeks of what's going on here on this channel, because I did hint that this video was coming on my Instagram story, polls, behind the scenes, PR unboxings, more intricate looks, lip art, stuff like that, come follow me on Instagram. I'm at Miss Quinface over there. I'd love to have you be a part of that little crew as well. This will be my last video before Thanksgiving, so if you are in the US and you celebrate Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving to you. I hope you have a wonderful day. That is all for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.